The Supreme Court, which has stayed the hanging of Veerappan's aides. Remember, the mercy petition of Veerappan's 4 aides was rejected on the 12th of February, and after this, this matter came up today in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is now staying the hanging of Veerappan's aides, is what we understand at the moment. Aditi Anant Narayan, our correspondent, is joining us with more details from the Supreme Court. Aditi, what exactly has the court said in this regard?
Maha, for now, the court has stayed the execution of the 4 aides of Veerappan till further notice. And the lawyers of the 4 aides had been pushing that there was inordinate delay of 9 years, which is a long time. The 4 accused were awarded death penalty in 2004, and now in 2013, the president rejected their mercy plea. So the one thing that the lawyers had been pressing on was that there was inordinate delay in rejecting the mercy plea, and that is the reason why the death sentence should be commuted to life imprisonment. So for now, they were also giving examples of Veerapan Bullar, who is going through one of the similar cases. So the court for now has ordered that till further notice, the execution has been stayed, and the lawyers for now are trying their best that the death sentence should be commuted to life imprisonment. So for now, we are waiting for the Supreme Court to give the next order, after which this case will be taken up for hearing again.
All right. Has the Supreme Court said anything about the time frame when the next hearing could be held?
Maha, for now, we are just waiting for the order by the Supreme Court, which we will get in few minutes of time. So we are, till now, we are not confirmed on what is the time limit, but within a matter of few minutes, we'll get to know that what exactly is the time frame which has been set by the Supreme Court, and what will be the next day that the petition will be heard in the Supreme Court again.
Did the court have to say anything about clubbing this matter with some other cases relating to people being on death row, Aditi?
This is what Colin Gonsalves, the lawyer who has been fighting the case for the 4 aides of Veerapan, had been pushing, that just like the case of Rajiv Gandhi's assassins and in case of Veerapan Bullar, their execution has also been stayed given the fact that there had been inordinate delay in rejecting their mercy plea. So they were trying their level best to club this case as well with the other cases of death, the death penalty. But for now, the only case that has come up is Veerapan Bullar case, and similar to that case, the court has ordered that similar to that case, the case of these 4 aides will also be stayed till further notice.
Aditi, we also understand that there's another bench of the Supreme Court that is actually looking at whether an inordinate delay in deciding a mercy petition can actually entitle a convict to any sort of relief. Will that case have any bearing, or the view of that bench have any bearing on this matter as well? What's the lawyer telling you?
Yes, Maha, this might, because as I said earlier as well, that this is one key point that the lawyers had been pressing upon, that since there was an inordinate delay from the government's end, from the president's end, to actually rejecting their mercy plea, so the 4 accused in this case have the they have the right to actually go ahead and actually in fact plea again. Even if the president has rejected their mercy plea, they still have the chance to plea again, owing to the fact that there has been inordinate delay of 9 years. So yes, the lawyers for now are pushing that there should be a system in which if there is inordinate delay in rejecting a mercy plea, the Supreme Court or the lawyers have the right to commute the death sentence of the accused. So yes, we are looking into the fact, the lawyers and the Supreme Court are looking into this fact, in any case of death penalty, if there is inordinate delay, then there should be a right for the accused to plea for commuting their death sentence to life imprisonment.
All right. So the latest that Aditi is getting us from the Supreme Court is that the hanging of Veerappan's aides has been stayed. Rohini Swami is getting up more details. We'll go across to Rohini in just a bit. We're going across to a human rights activist, SURESH, now, who's joining us on the phone line. Sir, what can you say about this case where the lawyer of the 4 aides is pushing for the fact that when there is an inordinate delay in a case of a mercy petition that has been not been decided upon, that there should be some entitlement of relief to the convict?
It's a long-held position upheld by the Supreme Court of India, that long delay of taking a decision on the mercy petition itself will amount to a cruel and an inordinate punishment, which makes a convict entitled for the death penalty to be commuted to life sentence. Now, what should be kept in mind, and this is not being understood by people all across, nobody is saying that these people should be released. Nobody is saying that these people are innocent. All that you're saying is death penalty is not required, and in this case, long delay entitles them for commutation to life sentence. So what the Supreme Court has done now is part of a longer law of the land, by which delay entitles the prisoners, because the delay is not due to them. The delay is due to the state in taking a decision on them. And every day is a living death for the prisoner on death row, and therefore it entitles them to a life sentence.
Also, Suresh, rights activists like you all have been asking for death sentence to be done away with. What is the precedence that you've seen in other countries which you've stated?
You see, more than 2/3 of the countries of the world have abolished death penalty either directly or indirectly. Now, none of them, these countries are some of the biggest countries in the world. Now, no one can say that these countries are stupid for doing it. Now, the reason, see, I am part of the PUCL, I am the National General Secretary of the People's Union for Civil Liberties, India's biggest human rights organization. We have taken a principled stand against death penalty as a penalty unfitting of a modern civilized nation. Now, what we also say is that 110 countries out of 190 countries in the world have completely abolished death penalty. Another 30 countries, though they have not abolished death penalty in their books.
All right, we have with us Balamurugan. He's the former lawyer of the convict in this case. Let's connect with him now. Mr. Murugan, what would you say about the apex court for the moment staying the hanging of Veerappan's aides?
Yeah, we are welcoming the verdict of the Supreme Court. But it gives some hopes that we will save the life of the fourth person. This verdict vindicates some of the hopes to us. Actually, these people, the families are suffering very lot. They are running pillar to post to save their life of poor convicts. So they are moving and approaching all the political parties invariably in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So many political parties extend their support to these convicted persons. Many persons are raising the voice against the death penalty. Even in Tamil Nadu, many political parties, including the DMK, Karnataka, also raising the voice against the death penalty. Like that, in Karnataka also, many political parties are raising the voice against the death penalty. So, we having the day by day, the hope is increasing. So, certainly we will protect the poor convict. Not only poor convict, we will move the abolition of the death penalty in this scenario.